Hey guys, my name is TV and I welcome you to my space. I welcome you to Space to Rebuild. It's the month of August and I thought to myself, what does the month of August mean for me? We all know that it's well known for celebration of women, and it's also my son's birth month. So as you all know that I'm a spiritual freak, I just searched what does the month of August mean spiritually, and I found something very much interesting. They say that what does the month of August mean spiritually? The definition here, it says energy of completion, loose ends tied, the past healing, and the future brighter. So it's a beautiful definition. And I think others, they take it as the month of new beginnings. Yes. So since it's the celebration of women this month, I chose to reflect back in my life, considering now that I'm a mother. So I just thought, since it's my son's birth month, why don't I reflect back and celebrate myself as a woman and celebrate other women that has helped me to walk this journey of being a mother, you know, those who have helped me and guided me in the journey of motherhood. So I've written just a few questions. I didn't want to divert, so I would like to take you guys through my pregnancy journey, me becoming a mother. Basically, the reason for me to reflect back is that because this is the celebration of Women's Month, and we celebrate women for their strength, for their power, for their guidance, for everything that they are. And I consider myself as that kind of a bold and strong woman. So I just wanted to reflect back and on the things that I went through, and celebrating that I was able to go through them and now I am still standing. So the first question that I've written here is, how did I know or find out that I was pregnant? Okay, I would say I consider myself as an intuitive person. Some of the things I just know them, I just feel them, I know them. So I just felt like, you know, I think I'm pregnant, and I went to buy a pregnancy test and I tested and I found that I was pregnant. And when it reflected, it was saying 2 to 3 weeks pregnant. And I was like, okay. By that time, it was 2016, towards the end of 2016 years. I was in my mid-20s. Yeah, that time I was in my mid-20s. So, yeah, the feeling was, I don't know how to describe it, but you know, when you have never experienced something and it happens, you don't know how to feel. I would say like I didn't know how to feel, and I slept the whole day after knowing that. The second question would be, when and how did I come about my son's name? I'm a person who like to listen to my inner self. So the same day I found out that I was pregnant, later on I went to Woolworths and I just bought, I think I bought a cake, yeah. So here's the thing, when I don't know how I feel, chocolate or cakes, they just made me feel better, yeah. So I just bought a cake. So I was just sitting down for some time thinking, the name just dropped into my head. I've never thought about this name. It just came. I've never known this name. It just came. I'm like, it just dropped like uhone. So that's how the name came about, and it stayed. The third question, how did I find my pregnancy experience? Ooh. For the lack of a better word, I would say horror. I was okay up until 3 months, and after that I started having terrible experiences, whereby the first time it occurred, I was from work. It was on a Friday, so as I was working, I just felt that I'm being pressed, like I felt like the baby was pressing my bladder. And I felt so pressed, like, yo. I felt so pressed, and I felt like I'm going blurry, like I can't see, something is happening. So I found the nearest toilet, I went there, I peed. And I got into the taxi thereafter. I went to my apartment. But when I dropped off the taxi and it dropped me like at the entrance, I walked. My apartment was not that far from the gate. I walked, and as I climbed the stairs, I can feel that, man, I'm getting pressed again, and now the blurriness is getting worse, because after pee the first time, I became better. My vision was okay. Now it's happening for the second time now, like same day. And after climbing the stairs, when I walked to my apartment, it was quite at the end of the block. Luckily, I managed to get there, and I unlocked. As I unlocked, I just fell. I just kind of passed out, yeah. And I woke up after some time. So yeah, I had blurriness. They call it lightheadedness. For quite, I would say I had it for the whole of my pregnancy, and it was quite a torture, because I was unable to do things that I'm used to do independently for myself, because I was also scared if I have to go shopping alone that I would go blurry, and nobody would know where I come from or whatever. So it was not a quite nice experience. So yeah, because I also fell at some point at the hospital when I went to consult about this situation, but everything was okay. I really don't know what was going on. Yeah, so my pregnancy experience, I didn't like it, I didn't prefer it, and I'm not looking forward for any pregnancy experiences. No, thank you. The fourth question, what were my fears during pregnancy? My fears, I would say gaining weight, because back then I used to be obsessed about losing weight, obsessed about being, slender, obsessed about being a certain shape, and I was quite worried that I would gain weight and I would go out of shape. So I exercised, like I ran almost the whole of my pregnancy, and because I had lightheadedness, then I would exercise in the house. I do my aerobics, whatever you call it, in the house, and yeah, that's how I managed my weight during pregnancy. I was just scared that I would gain weight, and it's something that I didn't want at that time. Another fear that I had, it was giving birth. Like I was scared of the unknown. I didn't know how it is, like giving birth, the pain. I only heard, but I had to experience it, so I was scared because I was gonna give birth naturally. So I think those are the two things that I was scared of, or things that I could remember that I was scared of at that time. The fifth question is, when and how did I give birth? It was anticipated that the child was gonna arrive during the 4th or the 5th of August. Already by then, because I was tired, I left work in July. Yeah, the whole of July I was home. In June, and the whole of July I was home waiting to give birth, because they were anticipating that it would be the 4th, but what if it becomes end of July? So I decided that I'm gonna go home. July, I was tired of this lightheadedness, and yeah, I was just tired. I just wanted to finish. I just wanted to finish. Like, we have heard that August month, it's energy of completion. I just wanted to, I'm tired. So before I divert, what was the question? When and how did I give birth? So my son arrived on the 1st of August. So on the 31st of July, during midnight, around 12 midnight, I had pains. So during my pregnancy, I had what they call Braxton Hicks pain. Those would be the fake labor pains. So I used to have that a lot. So on that day, I felt like, this is nothing. It feels like nothing I've ever experienced. I know the Braxton Hicks, but this is something else. So I was like, no, maybe, they would go away. So around 1 or to 1, they got worse. And I woke up my mom like, I feel like something is happening. I'm in pain. So she said, no, bath quickly so that we can go. They were painful, guys. They were painful. Those pains, yay! They were painful. And my mom and my dad, they drove me. They took a motor car, like, they took the lowest car, like, and we were a gravel road. So my dad was driving, and very slowly on a gravel road, and when you could feel when he, like, the bumpiness, the bumpiness just made the pains worse. Like, I was like, when are we getting there? Okay. So we got there, and they confirmed that I was in labor. And yeah, I think we got there around 1:30 to 2, something like that. And the pain got worse and worse and worse and worse. And the nurses were like, no, we're gonna hand you over to the 7 o'clock nurses when they come, to the morning nurses. So surprisingly, they got worse, and I called the nurses. I couldn't, like never in my life, So I called one of the nurses, and I'm like, they're worse, like, they're worse. And she checked me like, no, you're giving birth now. So I think by then it was around 5:30 or so in the morning. And by 5:45, I gave birth to a baby boy. Named him Ohone. You know how the name came about. So yeah, he arrived on the 1st of August. It was very cold, 2017. 1st of August 2017, it was very cold, very windy. So yeah. Next question. The 6th question would be, how was my experience as a mother on a first day? Oh my God, it was quite strange. I was used to being alone, and now here is a human being, a whole human being. So it was quite strange, very strange. I guess the bond grew and the attachment grew as we got to know each other, and all that. But first day, it was I was concentrating on pain. I gave birth naturally, so I was just focusing on pain, the stitches and whatnot. I'm one person, I don't like pain. Like when I'm in pain, I just feel like I shouldn't move. I should just stay still, and I would see other things later. So yeah. The seventh question is, how long did I stay home after birth? Okay, my maternity leave, because by then I was not permanent, so my maternity was unpaid leave. So I took 3 months. Yes, I took 3 months, including July, because July was waiting at home. So after birth I stayed another 2 months, which is August and September. So I went back to work, I think mid-October. Yeah. So I stayed home after birth about 2 months. What happened when I returned to work? Oh my God. When I returned to work, I had to leave my son at home with my mother, which was quite challenging because she's working, and it was quite challenging. All thanks to my aunt who was there for me and my mother to help us raise the child or stay with the child when my mom was at work. So my mom received the help of my aunt to raise this child from about 2 months. He was 2 months when I left him. It was a baby. When my mom goes to school, she would leave her at my auntie, because now she was taking and still taking care of my granddad. So my mom would drop my son at her, and she would pick him up again after work. That was the routine that they followed from 2 months old to 3 years. You can imagine. Oh my God. And I would like to thank my mother. I would like to thank my aunt, Auntie Selena. You guys are my strong points, and thank you for everything, for raising my son with the love, with the care, and I know that you guys still miss him a lot, especially this year now that I'm staying with him. But he is what he is today because of your love, your care, and yeah, salute. Mbokot. So yeah, the 9th question, I think it's the last one. How was my experience as a mother apart from my son? It was quite heartbreaking in a way most of the time, knowing that I wanted to be with him but I can't be with him at the moment, because I wanted to find a stable job at that time for me to bring him and stay with me. First time I was going monthly. I would go home every month. So my mom was like, no, you don't have to come every month home, he's okay, you can skip a month and come the next one. Okay, then I would go after every 2 months. So yeah, I wanted him to grow knowing that I'm his mother. I don't want him to know me as a stranger. So there was a time when he was calling me Mama Khabo, like my mom, when my mom maybe sends him to my room, you see, go to your mom's room, or zama kuka murinyaha Mama Khabo on 1, 2, 3. So that gets stuck in his mind, and he started calling me Mama Khabo. When I called her, Mama Khabo, Mama Khabo, hey. So that didn't sit well with me, but I know that he was a child, but I didn't. For me, it it was painful that it's like I'm neglecting a child, or yeah, I know that it was not that way, but that's how it felt. So it was quite heartbreaking. So now my son just celebrated his 4th birthday on the 1st, which was Sunday. And I'm grateful and thankful that now I'm staying with him, and we got to know each other the whole of this year much better, because now we are in one space. He's no longer far away from me. So I would like to celebrate him, his years, and I would like to celebrate my mother, my aunt, for being the women that they are in my life and in his life. And I would like to celebrate myself for the strongness, for the boldness, for the strength. I know that I could have never done it on my own. I would like to thank God for the strength, for the power, that He has given me all through these years, through my pregnancy. And yeah, and funny enough, I actually thought that I was gonna give birth earlier, maybe a premature baby, but I gave birth on the 40th week. You can imagine, that's amazing. So yeah, I mean, like, God is my strength all the time. And yeah, I was just reflecting back, and I hope you have enjoyed the story that I have shared. So one question that people like to ask me is, if I were to choose, would I become pregnant again? Would I become pregnant? No, guys, no, because of the horrible experience that I had during my pregnancy. No, I don't want to. Nothing to me, Abonga. So yeah, no. I'm glad that I had the opportunity to give life, one life on this earth. But no, next one, and easy, Nyabonga. Thank you. I don't know, it would take me something else to agree to that, but as far as I know, for now, at the moment, no, I'm not coming. I'm okay. I would rather adopt. I would go for an adoption option that I would do. This is a month of women, and let's celebrate women, Let's celebrate whoever means a lot to you. And going back to the meaning of August, I would say that since August has the energy of completion, let's complete whatever that we have always procrastinated to accomplish or to finish, and loose ends tied. Let's tie everything that has been loose in our lives. If you have not been consistent in anything or lazy in anything, this is the time to get yourself going, push yourself. And it's time of the past healing. I myself haven't healed from my past, and I am aiming to allow myself to heal and move on. And the last one, it says, in the future brighter. And so I guess as we let go of our past healing, we have a brighter future, which is the power of letting go of everything, of a low vibration. And as we let go of low vibration, we raise our vibration, and therefore we have a brighter future. New things comes into our energy, because our energy is clean, is not holding on to the things of the past or the things of a low vibration. I hope, guys, you have enjoyed my story, and I will see you next time on the next video from me TV. Much love. I love you. Take care. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, please like, please share. I'd appreciate that. Thank you so much. Much love from me. Bye, take care.
Give Mentu and Mama Sinina and Chicha gonna give Disima and Tamulo and Yatiwa and Magogo